Before we begin, let it be clear this message is not born out of bitterness. It is not an attack. It is not disrespect. It is, in truth, a call for peace, for progress, and for the tranquility that every Nigerian deserves. We speak today with utmost respect for the office of the President of Nigeria, with admiration for the courage it takes to govern in times like these, and with a heart that beats only for one thing: a better Nigeria. This is a message to highlight real concerns, to share ideas, to spark enlightenment, and to open a pathway to renewal not just for Nigeria but for the African continent. Welcome to Newspaper Tales, where the truth is sacred, the people come first, and the future is not a rumor. If this message resonates with your spirit, subscribe to this channel, because we're not stopping. We will continue clearly, truthfully, and sincerely to speak on global issues, and most importantly, the matters that shape Africa's destiny. To the sons and daughters of the Sahel, may your hearts stay firm like the baobab in a sandstorm. May your hands never tremble when truth calls for strength. May your ancestors stand behind you, whispering courage into your breath. To the brave in Mali, to the bold in Burkina Faso, to the rising spirit in Niger, know this: you are not alone. We see your fight for dignity. We feel your hunger for sovereignty. And we echo your cry for a new dawn where Africa bows to no master but her creator. May the gods of our mothers watch your steps. May the drums of liberation thunder across the skies. May your victories be carved not in blood but in justice. You carry more than rifles. You carry the memory of a continent and the hope of its rebirth. So rise and do not fear, because even when the world turns its face, Africa remembers her own. We raise our voices in recognition of another lion still roaring in the south. Julius Malema, a son of the soil, a voice that does not tremble before power. A reminder that African unity is not just a dream, but a destiny. From Limpopo to Lagos, from Pretoria to Port Harcourt, Malema reminds us that we must reclaim the land, the narrative, and the future. To him and to every African leader who chooses courage over comfort, we say, well done. May your words spark thought, and may your fire never be dimmed. Now, let us begin. Mr. President, this is not a throne. This is not a festival of fanfare and favors. This is a sacred covenant between your leadership and the survival of a people, and by every measurable sign today, that covenant lies in ruins. You have presided over the worst economic downturn Nigeria has faced in 24 years. The naira limps. Inflation roars, our youth are fleeing, our elders are begging, our children learning to suffer before they learn to write. If this is your vision of leadership, it is time to choose, resign, or radically redeem. Because let it be known, a hungry nation cannot eat your intentions. A bleeding nation cannot survive on speeches. And in case your echo chamber has kept you deaf, Nigerians are tired. Must we always borrow? Has debt now become our national anthem? We borrow to pay salaries. We borrow to subsidize corruption. We borrow to decorate the walls of Aso Rock while citizens decorate their homes with candles and firewoods. We borrow so that those in power can afford 40 vehicle convoys, while pregnant women die on the backseats of KK Napeps. And yet, just beyond our borders in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, three nations with less oil, fewer resources, and more international pressure are clearing their debts, standing tall, reclaiming dignity. What then is Nigeria's excuse? Why are we so skilled at mismanaging potential? Let's talk plainly now. What have Nigerians received in return for all these billions in loans? Power. No, darkness remains our most stable national supply. Education. No. Children sit on bare floors, scribbling WAEC and NACO answers by torchlight. Healthcare? God forbid. Hospitals have become the final stop, not the place of healing. So we ask, where is the money? Who took it? Who approved it? Who is feasting while the nation starves? This isn't just economic collapse. This is institutional sabotage. This is a betrayal of every oath you swore, every promise you made, every budget you signed. You still have time, Mr. President, but not much. 6 months. That's all. 6 months to prove that this administration was not a mistake. Here's what must happen without excuse, without delay. Number 1, halt all non-essential borrowing, stop it. Audit what has been done and what's on ground. Take a deep breath. Let Nigerians see the full financial picture, how much has been borrowed, who received it, where it's gone. Open the books or surrender the pen. Number 2, launch a public transparency dashboard, create a real-time online tracker visible to every Nigerian. Show every loan, every project, every deadline. If you truly have nothing to hide, then govern in the light. Because if the people cannot see your work, it means the work is not for them. Number 3, cut government waste. No more 50-car convoys. No more foreign retreats in Paris hotels. No more bloated ministries and 5 aides per assistant. Start with your own office. Cut your own luxury. Then and only then can you look the people in the eye and ask for sacrifice. Number 4, fix the education emergency. Declare a state of emergency on education. Start with light in every school. A roof, a blackboard, a table, a living wage for the teacher. Every WAEC and NACO exam should come with dignity, not disaster. You want security? Start by educating the next generation of leaders, not leaving them in darkness to join banditry. Number 5, invest in domestic production. If we can't grow our rice, refine our oil, or process our own food, then we are not independent. Bring back local factories. Prioritize Nigerian-made goods. Invest in youth entrepreneurs, not just old oligarchs. No sovereign nation thrives on imports and press releases. Number 6, create a national accountability pact. Invite Nigeria to the table. Bring students, teachers, elders, traders, civil society, and media together. Launch monthly live scorecards. Let Nigerians grade your government, not your spokespersons. Number 7, fortify the North. Secure Nigeria's future. The time for complacency has passed. Nigeria's northern borders have become gateways for terror. Extremist factions like Boko Haram and ISWAP are not just regrouping. They're advancing, exploiting our porous frontiers to unleash violence upon our communities. With the destabilization of neighboring Sahel nations, there's a clear and present danger. As militant groups face pressure elsewhere, they are turning their sights toward Nigeria, seeking refuge and opportunity within our borders. We must act decisively, deploy advanced surveillance, implement state-of-the-art drones such as the SDM-TOGAN reconnaissance UAVs to monitor and secure our borders effectively, establish strategic military outposts, construct and reinforce military barracks along critical border areas, ensuring rapid response capabilities and sustained presence. Enhance intelligence operations. Invest in training and equipping our forces with modern surveillance tools, including thermal imaging and radar systems, to detect and deter insurgent movement. This is not merely a call to action. It's a mandate for survival. The resurgence of extremist activities is a clarion call for immediate and sustained military engagement. We must seal our borders, protect our citizens, and reaffirm Nigeria's sovereignty. In the words of our ancestors, a stitch in time saves 9. Let us not wait for further devastation. The time to act is now. It's time to govern with the people, not over them. Now hear this, Mr. President, and hear it well. The Sahel is rising. Are you awake? In Niamey, in Bamako, in Ouagadougou, young African leaders are standing tall. They are saying no to foreign domination, no to puppet leadership, no to old colonial chains repackaged in Western diplomacy.
Return the gold you took from Burkina Faso's votes. Return the 90% of Niger's uranium profits you still collect. Return the billions in stolen reserves you hold in your banks. Return the artifacts you used to decorate your guilt. You say, but this is complicated. Now what's complicated is justifying why a former colonizer still profits from its colonies decades after independence. You say it's legally ours, then your laws are written in the language of thieves. You say it's not that simple, but it was simple when you took it. Friends, this is not just about money. It is about restoring spiritual balance. It is about putting fire to the illusion that you can erase a crime by calling it history. We are not chasing revenge. We are proclaiming rebirth. Africa is not rising to destroy. Africa is rising to rebuild. But no house can stand on soil where ghosts still roam free. No nation can thrive while its soul is still held hostage in the vaults of its oppressor. So choose your path. You can meet this moment with cordial return what you stole, acknowledge what you did, and finally walk alongside Africa as equals. Or you can resist, you can stall, you can cling to illusions of empire and a world that has already moved on. But know this, whether you choose repentance or resistance, the outcome will be the same. Africa will rise with or without you, and when we do, it will not be in your image but in our own. Not with your approval, but with our ancestors' blessing. You once called us the dark continent, but look again, the darkness is receding, and it is your lies that are being exposed to the sun. Return what you stole, or face the reckoning that history has long promised.
But where is Nigeria, the so-called giant, snoring at the gates of history? We should be leading African resilience, backing Sahelian sovereignty, not chasing IMF handouts while China drills our oil and France mocks our silence. History will not wait for us. You are not exactly elected, yes we know, to blame others. You were not elected to explain failure, you were elected to lead. And if you cannot lead with justice, if you cannot govern with vision, if you cannot restore dignity to the Nigerian spirit, then step aside for someone who can. The youth are rising, and the old politics of lies and luxury will not survive the fire of truth. Resign or redeem. Nigeria has suffered enough. Remember, you are not just a ruler. You are in the league of our ancestors, the living echo of kings who held the heavens accountable and bore the weight of a people's soul without flinching. You are not seated on a throne. You are seated in the memory of those who bled for this land, and what is expected of you is not comfort. It is courage, not ceremony, but sacrifice, not excuses, but execution. Lead us into light, or do not stand in the way of the dawn. Because as our Yoruba elders say, the king who cannot carry the crown should not sit where ancestors are buried.